Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a silver stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 24th day of March 2021, going to follow up on this video here. Rising prices amid historic copper shortages will force the U.S. Mint to change the metal content of our circulating coins. So first we're going to stop here at JM Bullion, and it looks like all the spot prices are pretty flat across the board, even though they are in the green. Now, this is what I wanted to speak to you today about. It's called Gresham's Law. And it says here, what is Gresham's Law? It's a monetary principle stating that bad money drives out good money. It is primarily used for consideration and application in currency markets. And somebody had posted this theory on one of the video from last night, and I wanted to explore it a little bit further this morning, so I wanted to share that with you here. So it says here, the Gresham's Law was originally based on the composition of minted coins and the value of precious metals used in them. All right. However, since the abandonment of metallic currency standards, meaning gold and silver in our coinage, the theory has been applied to the relative stability of different currencies' value in global markets. Now, the key takeaways there's three here, 3 bullet points. Number one, Gresham's Law says that legally overvalued currency will tend to drive legally undervalued currency out of circulation. Gresham's Law originated as an observation of the effects of metallic currency debasement, but also applies in today's world of paper and electronic monies. Third and final bullet point says, in the absence of effectively enforced legal tender laws, such as in hyperinflationary crises or international commodity and currency markets, Gresham Law operates in reverse. Now, understanding good money versus bad money. And if you don't understand yet, that's fine. That's totally cool. But you will by the end of this video. I promise. It's very simple to understand here. At the core of Gresham's Law is the concept of good money, money which is undervalued or money that is more stable in value, versus bad money, money which is overvalued or loses value rapidly. The law holds that bad money drives out good money in circulation. Bad money is then the currency that is considered to have equal or less intrinsic value compared to its face value. Meanwhile, good money is currency that is believed to have greater intrinsic value or more potential for greater value than its face value. One basic assumption for this concept is that both currencies are treated as generally acceptable media of exchange, are easily liquid, and available for use simultaneously. Logically, people will choose to transact business using the bad money and hold balances of good money because good money has the potential to be worth more than its face value. And now this is the origins of it, and this has been happening for over 500 years. This has been happening since the Roman era. So this has been happening for 2,000 years where governments have been doing this to our currency. They know all about it. They know how it works. And here we go. The origins of Gresham Law. The minting of coins provides the most basic example of Gresham's Law applied. In fact, the law's namesake, Sir Thomas Gresham, was referring to gold and silver coins in his relevant writing. Gresham lived from 1519 to 1579, working as a financier, serving the Queen, and later founding the Royal Exchange of the City of London. Henry VIII had changed the composition of the English shilling, replacing a substantial portion of the silver with base metals. Gresham's consultations with the Queen explained that people were aware of this change and began separating the English shilling coins based on their production dates to hoard the coins which held more silver. Wow. When they were melted down or were worth more than their face value. Gresham's observed that the bad money was driving out the good money from circulation. Now, that's a little bit better to understand. That's a real-life world application. This phenomenon had previously been noticed and written about in ancient Greece and medieval Europe. The observation was not given the formal name Gresham's Law until the middle of the 19th century, when Scottish economist Henry Dunning MacLeod attributed it to Gresham. Now, here's how it works. Throughout history, mints have made coins from gold, silver, and other precious metals, which have originally given the coins their value Over time, issuers of coins sometimes reduce the amount of precious metals used to make coins and try to pass them off as full value coins. Ordinarily, new coins with less precious metal content would have less market value and trade at a discount or not at all, and the old coin would retain greater value. However, with government involvement such as legal tender laws, the new coins would typically be mandated to have the same face value as older coins. This means that the new coins would be legally overvalued and the old coins legally undervalued. Governments, rulers, and other coin issuers would engage in this order to obtain revenue in the form of seigniorage, and pay for their old debts, which they borrowed in old coins back in the new coins, which have less intrinsic value at par value. So seigniorage is basically the amount of money a government makes by minting coins. So it costs them the raw material, the production value of labor, and all that in the time. So there's that cost, and then the cost of the minted coins, and then you do the math, and that's how much money they made. So that's pretty interesting. That's seigniorage. Because of the value of the metal in old coins, good money, is higher than the new coins, bad money, at face value, people have a clear incentive to prefer the old coins with higher intrinsic precious metal content, as long as they are legally compelled to treat both types of coins as the same monetary unit. Buyers will want to pass along their less precious coins as quickly as possible and hold on to the old coins. They can either melt the old coins down and sell the metal, or they may simply hoard the coins as a greater stored value. The bad money circulates through the economy, and the good money gets removed from circulation to be stashed away or melted down for sale as raw material. So can you think of a time when this happened? Absolutely. Absolutely. 1964, the Kennedy halves, and they took all the silver out, and people hoarded the silver coins. That's just the way it goes. Now it says here, the end result of this process, known as debasing the currency, is a fall in the purchasing power of the currency units, or a rise in general prices. In other words, inflation. That's what we're doing here, folks. It's inflation. And they're all coming together at the same time, and it's really kind of a perfect storm. In order to fight Gresham's law, governments often blame speculators and resort to tactics like currency controls, prohibitions on removing coins from circulations, or confiscation of privately owned precious metal supplies held for monetary use. And I think this is probably the last paragraph I'll read, and I'll leave the link in the description here. There's some really good stuff here. So it says here, in a modern example of this process, in 1982, the United States government changed the composition of the Lincoln penny to contain 97.5% zinc. This change made pre-1982 pennies worth more than their post-1982 counterparts, while the face value remained the same over time due to the debasement of the currency and resulting in inflation. Copper price rose from an average of 0.6662 per pound in 1982 to $3.05 per pound, basically, in 2006, when the U.S. imposed stiff new penalties for melting coins. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't know that. Anyway, this means that the face value of the penny lost 78% of its purchasing power, and people were eagerly melting down old pennies, which were worth almost 5 times the value of the post-82 pennies by that point. The legislation leads to a $10,000 fine and or 5 years in prison if convicted for this offense. So they really mean business, and it's something that has happened for a long time, for thousands of years, and it's happened for us in 1982, just like the example there happened to mention. But it's also, I believe, happening again now. They've already done the reports to change the metal content. We've read reports on Coin World saying that the United States Mint is already ready to implement the new metal content in co-circulating coins. I've asked the Mint. They've said, and they've denied that this is happening. But I really would like to know. I mean, now, if you were a government, okay, and you were debasing the currency and taking out all the good stuff, the nickel and the copper, and would you tell your citizens before they got wise and they started hoarding it, so that you would end up having to make a law to get it back from them? I don't know. This is really a slippery slope we're on, I guess, huh? Gosh. Anyway, it's very, very interesting. This is getting very interesting. Our coins could change the metal content today, and we wouldn't even know it. But I'm sure there's a few savvy numismatics out there that would actually discover it within probably 6 months if it dropped today. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.